Yo, we just people from the north side. Once and Timmy's at the shore fine. Winter ready on the four ties. Heavy traffic during 4-5. Gotta hustle on your own time. Color people every port side. We just people from the north side.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your host, your boy George Mackay, back for another HWE, that's Hamilton Wrestling Entertainment prediction show for our upcoming event, Lock'd Down. Happens February 8th, Don Koloff Arena, VIP doors 6 p.m., GA doors 6:30, bell time 7 p.m. Now, as we know, RONCHEE Ronnie Randleson is booking this match card, so obviously I'm here to give the predictions, but AARON STEVENS had to stick his nose in, that's right, and he had to elect, not Bill, Danimal to come and join me on this prediction show. So without further ado, welcome Danimal to Straight Talk Wrestling. Hi, Danimal.
Listen, we've been doing this for how many years now, and this is the first time you've had me on your show, and you're going to complain that it's AARON STEVENS. I'm going to call it fair airtime. How's that sound, George?
Fair airtime? What are you talking about? I do these prediction shows out of the kindness of my heart. I don't get paid extra for these things.
Doesn't matter. You're not sharing the air fairly. You're sharing it with Ronch and this guy and that guy and Bill and everybody else. And all the time we've been together, I've never once gotten an invitation to do this until now. And you're going to blame AARON STEVENS because you decided to sit there and overlook me for this long when my opinion clearly matters.
I didn't overlook. Okay, Danimal, I did not overlook you. All I did was, you know what? I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to give you the status. I'm not going to bait. I'm not going to let you bait me. I'm not going to let you bait me. I'm not going to do it. We have six.
We've got a job to do, so let's do it.
Yeah, thank you. Fair enough. Fair enough. We have 6 amazing matches on this card, and obviously Danimal and I will probably disagree on all of them. I would be a shocker if we didn't. There's one I think we will agree on, and he's wearing the shirt, so I could see why. I could see why. But other than that, without further ado, now you can see this little graphic behind me with this QR code. This is important, guys. If you can scan that code, you can go right to the website to get tickets. Tickets are still on sale, but from what I understand from Ronch, they are selling rather quickly, especially after Miss Markova dropped her little, message to the HWE faithful. A lot of eyes on the product for that fantastic talent coming from the NWA. So without further ado, the first match on the card, again, I don't know the order. Danimal doesn't know the order, but we're just going to throw these matches out and see what happens. How about this? Stone Rockwell returning to HWE after a hiatus when he was with Silk and Stone tag team champions, former tag team champions, now coming back singles competitor, going one-on-one against Shane Saber. And I tried to do my research, but it's rather hard to find. And these two have such a long, lengthy career. I'm not sure if these two have ever faced each other. Now, Danimal, you've been in this indie scene a little bit longer than I have. Do you remember these two ever facing each other?
Not to my recollection, no. Nothing that I've ever come across. They've both been around the same area for so long. I wouldn't be surprised if they've crossed paths in maybe a couple of multi-man matches or a tag match. But this, in my recollection, is the first time that they're going one-on-one. But I could be wrong.
Well, you're usually wrong most of the time. So yeah, I'll let that slide. But regardless, Stone Rockwell, he's a vet, like you said. Shane Saber, he's a vet, like you said. When you look at these two tail of the tape, Saber's got the speed. Rockwell's got the strength. Saber has the agility, but so does Rockwell. So when it plays out, these two on paper, tail of the tape, they look pretty even. But this is a prediction show. So I'm going to pass it on to you first. Who do you got in this match?
Well, the thing about both of these guys is both of these guys have done a lot of time in tag teams as well. They've really honed their craft as tag team wrestlers before breaking out as singles wrestlers. Now, Saber has been out on his own, I think, a little bit longer than Rockwell has at this point. Rockwell's had some stints on his own when Saber was tagging. Saber had some stints on his own when Rockwell was tagging. But this is, like I said, they've never really had the opportunity, I feel, to cross paths one-on-one because of that overlap. And both of these guys coming from tag team wrestling and moving into a single spotlight, it's going to be interesting to see how they adapt their games. Rockwell being more familiar with a tag team more recently than Shane Saber, is he going to be able to step out of that tag team mold and into the singles role against Shane Saber? Or will Shane Saber have the upper hand of being used to not being a part of the tag team for a little bit longer than Stone Rockwell? I think Stone Rockwell is a little bit smarter than that, and he's come out of the tag team game a few more times than Shane Saber. So I think I would give the mental edge to Stone Rockwell. And I think I'm going to say Stone Rockwell.
Stone Rockwell for the win. Okay. Well, unfortunately, this would not be the first of many times we disagree. I'm going to give the edge to Shane Saber. I think Shane Saber has got something. He's got that X factor. I can't quite put my finger on it, but the kid's got moves for days. He's got hops for days. He's got speed, and he's got strength. And now, mind you, I did say Rockwell has a strength advantage, but I'm not undermining Shane Saber in any way. I think push comes to shove, lucky break, and endurance-wise, however long this match goes, that might favor the edge to Shane Saber, just based on stamina alone. Not saying Stone Rockwell doesn't have the stamina, but I just feel like Shane Saber, being a little bit younger, might be able to move around that ring a little bit longer. So for that reason, and that reason alone, I'm choosing Shane Saber for the win. God, say that 10 times fast.
I'm going to let you do it and fumble all over yourself there, George.
It wouldn't be the first time you've left me. It wouldn't be the last time, first or last time you've left me hanging. You left me hanging a few times. It's true. Well, how about this? The only women's match on the card is for the vacant HWE Women's Championship. That's right. Serena Deeb, our former champion, unfortunately had to let the belt go for extenuating circumstances. And the rightful number one contender, Jody Threat, slides into this picture for another shot at the title. But she is facing Natalia Markova from the NWA. That's right. TNA versus NWA. These two ladies lock horns for the very first time. And I cannot wait. We know what Jody Threat can do. I've watched and studied Natalia Markova's tape recently ever since it was announced that she was coming. I'm intrigued. This young lady, don't get it twisted. She can do some damage in that ring given the opportunity. Jody Threat, a little bit more experienced, and also more experienced in those big fight feels and those title matches. So I'm going to give my prediction first on this one. I'm going to say Jody Threat becomes our new interim, if you will, because I know Serena Deeb's going to be coming back for that title, but I'm going to give Jody Threat the W to become the new HWE Women's Champion. What do you got, Danimal?
I hate that you went first because now I have to agree with you.
Well, you don't have to agree with me. It's just the right choice to make. And I let you go first last time. I did the gentlemanly thing. Don't start. Just pick your pick.
Listen, it's got to be Jody Threat. And I'll tell you why it's got to be Jody Threat. Okay. Jody Threat was within an eyelash of beating Serena Deeb for that title. And we watched it live with our own eyes. We watched Jody go to war with Serena. That was a different Jody Threat. That was the Jody Threat that landed Jody Threat in TNA. That Jody Threat was not the Jody Threat I watched all throughout her coming up in the Indies. And that different Jody Threat has stayed through TNA, and that Jody Threat is coming on February 8th, and that Jody Threat is leaving with that belt because I can't believe she didn't when she faced Serena. I can't see her not winning. This Jody Threat is a different beast, and I don't know who can stop her.
Well, for the first time on this show, we agree. I thought it would only be once, might be twice. Who knows? Speaking of twice, did you know that we have 2 steel cage matches on this show, Danimal?
Of course I do. Come on now.
Of course I do. Yes, I'm part of governance. Aaron Stevens tells me everything. Shut up.
If you know, I know, fool.
That's true. Fair enough. Fair enough. Speaking of Aaron Stevens, I don't know where this match is going to fall in the card, but I'm going to say this. Aaron Stevens goes one-on-one with RONCHEE Ronnie Randleson, and this is for control of HWE. Now, extenuating circumstances, we did have Santino Marella as the special guest referee. But due to circumstances beyond his control, Santino Marella has to slide out of that picture. And now, of course, mind you, This is also for the television championship, but it's more important than the television championship. Like I said, this is for control. Control of HWE. And I got to tell you, the more and more I look at this situation, the more and more it intrigues me. RONCHEE Ronnie Randleson putting everything on the line against Aaron Stevens to take the company back that was wrongfully stolen from him. But two questions prevail, Danimal. Two questions. One, who's the new special guest referee? I've got a couple guesses. I'm sure you do too. And two, will RONCHEE Ronnie Randleson finally be able to gain control of HWE back from governance and squash them once and for all? Go ahead, Danimal. I'm going to let you take the reins on this one.
Well, I'm not going to speculate on the first one.
Why don't you just wear a shirt that says that? That's all you ever say. I'm not going to speculate.
But the second answer is real easy. No.
No.
No, RONCHEE is not going to beat Aaron Stevens in a steel cage and take back control of HWE.
And the television championship.
As far as I'm concerned, RONCHEE could probably have that. I don't think Aaron Stevens cares nearly as much about that as he does about the other portions of this match.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that's just being real. I hate to put something like that on the back burner, but right now, what's more important is the control.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the key factor in all of this. And
is that a white envelope with money behind you on your table there? Were you paid off by Aaron Stevens? Is that an envelope there with money? I just saw it underneath your arm. What is that?
What, the blanket? It's an otter blanket. It's my daughter's.
All right, I thought it might have been an envelope with money from Aaron Stevens. I thought it might have.
You're looking at my couch, not my table, you doorknob. Jesus. Anyway. RONCHEE is a great guy. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I love RONCHEE. He's like a brother.
Okay.
He's given me this job. I fought him in the ring. And one thing RONCHEE clearly seems to forget when he mentioned to you that him and I have faced off in the ring was that I basically knocked his brain out the side of his ear with one freaking shot. And it's no surprise that he doesn't like to bring that up or mention it because I probably knocked the memory clear out of him. But RONCHEE otherwise is like a brother to me. I don't want to see this happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what's going to happen. The numbers are there. RONCHEE doesn't have the backup. Who's going to help RONCHEE?
Well, won't be Chris Adonis, that's for sure. Of course,
RONCHEE
did
Santino Marella.
No, RONCHEE did beat Adonis at the last show. Won't be Santino. Speculation has to happen here, Danimal. Can it be Kensington? Will Kensington slide in and find a way to screw RONCHEE yet again?
I'm not a part of the referee squad. I don't know what's going on in there. I'm a commentator like you.
Kensington's not even part of the referee squad. All right, fine. So you're picking Aaron Stevens for the W to keep control of HWE.
I am, and that's just gonna be. It's not done out of my heart. It's done because the numbers are there.
And
it's mathematical.
Would you say okay? So mathematically, it's what's best for business.
No, it's just mathematically what's going to happen. You're asking me what's going to happen in the match. I'm telling you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to disagree with you. For once, I'm going to pick someone I've never picked before. And that's because he is the heart and soul of HWE. RONCHEE Ronnie Randleson has planted that flag, has held that flag with pride since HWE began. And we talk a lot about speculation and what you're not going to do, which is speculate, but I am. I'm going to say that RONCHEE Ronnie Randleson, no matter what the numbers game will cause, is going to prevail. He will be the television champion, and he will vanquish Aaron Stevens and his god-awful fashion sense all the way back to the NWA with that stupid blue jacket and everything that goes with it. And those white gloves and you know what, the guy liner. Can we talk about the heavy doses of guy liner? It's a lot. It's a lot.
I mean, Ronch isn't exactly the high statement of fashion sense himself.
No, I did say that in our interview.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And I agreed with you, and I fully give you credit for that. But very few in HWER, aside from me and my lovely fedora.
My vests are pretty on point too, okay?
Sometimes, yes.
Whatever.
I'll give you that.
So we agree to disagree on that one. Well, how about this one? This next match intrigues me. Alessandro Del Bruno takes on the current reigning defending cruiserweight champion and my favorite wrestler and yours, El Diablo, Gabriel Fuerza. He puts that cruiserweight strap on the line and he goes up against Alessandro Del Bruno. Now, Del Bruno, I love this man. I love the repertoire. I love the ring IQ. I love what he brings to the ring, and I love his moveset. His moveset is phenomenal. But then there's the champ, Gabriel Fuerza. Fuerza is just different. Fuerza elevates. And yeah, okay. You know, people are always like, you always pick Fuerza. I do. And I don't care. Win, lose, or draw, Gabriel Fuerza is for always will be my pick. But in this particular case, I'm going to shock the world right now. As much as I appreciate Gabriel Fuerza and everything he stands for, I feel like the cruiserweight division needs a little new blood. It's been a minute since we've had a new champion, and I like to see a changing of the guard every now and again. And I think a hungry Gabriel Fuerza chasing gold is more exciting to watch than a Fuerza who is defending gold. So that being said, Alessandro Del Bruno for the win, and we have a new cruiserweight champion. Danimal, what do you got?
Wow.
I know. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to process. I get it, man. I get it.
Oh, I really wish I hadn't done a bong rip before you said something that insane, because now I don't believe I actually heard it. Oh my God.
I said it, and I meant it, and it's not taking anything away from Fuerza. Hey, listen, if Fuerza wins, I will be okay to get ridiculed. I will be. But there's just something about a Gabriel Fuerza chasing gold that excites me more as a fan than a Gabriel Fuerza defending. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because he's hungrier. Maybe he's more dastardly. I don't know. But the devil comes out more when he's chasing gold. That's what I'm saying.
That's your opinion, and I guess you're entitled to it.
I am.
Wow. Well, I am going to pick Fuerza. Okay. Fuerza is about at the top of his game right now. I say about because there's just like a little click that when Fuerza gets, that's going to just propel him into the stratosphere. But he's right there. And he is great right now. And every time I think somebody's going to be able to stop Fuerza, they don't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Del Bruno's been around for a while. He's kind of the old guard nowadays, if you will. And I don't know if the slowdown, I don't want to say slow down because I can't say Del Bruno's slowed down, but the way Del Bruno
See, it's not as easy as you think.
No, you've thrown my mind into this loop with picking Del Bruno that I can't break thought now. Christ. It's got to be Fuerza. Del Bruno's great. He's been around and he's definitely got the experience edge on Fuerza, and a game Del Bruno can beat Fuerza. But I just don't think now's the time. I don't think Del Bruno's ready for it, and I think Fuerza's too good for it. If that makes sense.
I get what you're saying. Actually, for once, I'm very adversed in Danimal. It's one of my, my fourth languages. I understand the shenanigans that comes out of that mouth of yours. I understand it, and you know what? I see it from your perspective. So I'm gonna give you credit for that. I see it from your perspective, and I think this match will be the sleeper match of the night. This will be the match that most people will really enjoy and remember.
Absolutely. I think
But
these two are going to put on a banger.
of course, the next match may be the one that most remember. And that is our other steel cage match. That's right. One more time. Empire takes on Airstrike for the HWE Tag Team Championships. This is a story old as time, a song as old as rhyme. This is
my Lord.
a midget and his brother going one-on-one against one half of the best hairstyles in pro wrestling today. That's right. That big mouth, big head, small body, bobblehead looking little shit, Matt Grant, and his brother, JT Kirk, going one-on-one against Airstrike, Arrow, and Forte. All right? And let me tell you something right now. I cannot wait to see Matt Grant's big head get pushed in to that chain link fence of that steel cage and just get raked across like a cheese grater.
You know why, George? You know why? And I've got to say this. It's killing me, but I've got to say this. It is because Matt Grant is too good. And I say that because Matt Grant is perfect at making you hate him.
Of course he is.
It is a trait that I have no idea where he picked up or how he designed it. But I have been in the ring with Matt Grant. I have tried to be friends with Matt Grant. I have every encounter I've ever had with Matt Grant. He makes you want to hate him. And he's so good at it that nobody wants him to succeed. And he does. And it drives us nuts.
It does. It does. It infuriates me. It actually makes my blood pressure raise. When that guy wins, my blood pressure goes through the roof.
Yes, I'm glad I took my Fitbit off because my heart monitor would be yelling at me right now. There's no better feeling, and I can say this with the utmost certainty because I've done it. There is no better feeling than getting in the ring and smacking the shit out of Matt Grant. Okay? And Arrow and Forte have done it so many times that it should be
many. So many. You could do a highlight reel of the amount of times they've slapped that dude square in the mouth.
He's so good at making you hate him that they want to continuously do it. They want to go back and slap him around again and again and again and again. They never get enough of it. It's like dopamine.
It's true. It's true. So that being said, this is the one moment in time in this prediction show that we will agree.
Yeah.
Airstrike for the win. They become the tag team champions. But I have to ask this. I have to ask you this. How many times, let's speculate for a second. How many times will Matt Grant get slapped in this match?
Are we doing an over-under here?
Yeah, okay. You know what? Over-under, and the loser has to buy the winner. I don't know. The loser has to buy a winner a case of their favorite pop.
I don't drink pop. I can't drink pop.
Okay. What about the sugar-free stuff?
No, I can't drink that either.
Okay, so forget it. Okay, the winner has to buy the loser. The winner has to buy the loser a meal of their choice. Okay.
Here. We'll figure out terms of the bet later.
Fine.
We've got time to figure out terms of the bet. But if you want, then yeah, we will set up a fair discussion here. What do you think is a fair over/under for slaps? What, 5, 7? What do you think's a fair number?
You know, I'm gonna say 7. 7.
You want to say 7?
7.
Okay.
I'll take the under at 7.
You're taking the under at 7?
Yeah, under 7 slaps.
Okay. I'll take it. I'll take the over on that.
All right.
I'll
Forte.
take the over on that.
Forte,
so are
Arrow.
we talking just Matt, or are we talking Empire as a whole?
Well, I think we're just talking Matt. We're just talking Matt.
Okay.
We're just
So
talking Matt.
combined Airstrike, 8 slaps Matt Grant, or 7 slaps over under Matt Grant. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Arrow, Forte, you know what you have to do. I just need you to do 6 slaps, 5 slaps even. 5 slaps is fine. I win.
Hit him 10 times, boys. Hit him 10 times.
Either way, it's a win. I will be
Either-
okay. I
Yeah,
will
yeah,
be
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Whatever the terms of the bet are, I will be okay with that. I really will be. I'll be okay with that. And now, what I perceive, and again, I could be wrong, but this should be our main event. Our champion, Mr. Saturday Night Delight, the reigning defending HWE champion, puts his title on the line. That's Tyler Turva. Puts his title on the line against a rather frustrated, changed, different Johnny DeLuca. That's right, Johnny DeLuca, as we've known, has something's happening. It's happened the last couple of shows, and the last show Turva came out to try to help DeLuca, ended up costing DeLuca the match, and now DeLuca, we may again, and this may shock a lot of people, but we could potentially have a whole lot of a fresh roster of champions when this event is all said and done. So I'm gonna go to you on this one. I'll let you take the reins on this one. Does Johnny DeLuca finally become the HWE heavyweight champion? Saturday, February 8th?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Yes. Johnny DeLuca, as young as he is one of the best right now. Okay? And with youth comes mistake. So we've watched Johnny grow in his youth into the performer that he is. But the only thing that he's been lacking, the spot that he's been missing out on, has been in his head. It's been the maturity. It's been the mental change. It's been learning the lessons that you learn from spending time in the locker room with people educated much more than yourself in this game. And it's being a sponge, all of which I know Johnny DeLuca is. And these are the next steps that turn somebody from prospect into great. And this is where Johnny is headed. People don't have to like it, but it's the way things work. And this is how you become great. And this is where Johnny DeLuca turns a corner and becomes great.
Wow. You know, we're split right now on the card because I'm going to agree with you. This is 3 times. It's got to be a record. 3 times. But I think you're right.
Are
Yeah,
the Leafs winning the cup this year?
No, I don't think Lightning's going to strike. That's for sure. I hope not. But I will say this. Johnny DeLuca, I agree, will become the new HWE champion. And you know what? Like you said, you don't have to like it, but you got to get used to it. And whenever this attitude changes in Johnny DeLuca, this is the most focused we have ever seen before. Johnny would come out all smiles, all happy to be there, just to be part of it. Now we're way beyond that. I will say that ever since the coffin match with Holden Albright, DeLuca's been different.
I'd just like to say, and I don't know if you remember this, but do you remember Johnny coming out in the early stages of his career and going into the stands with his friends from school and just singing along to his song and having a grand old time? What was that going to really get him?
Over with his buddies. That's about it.
It's going to get him cute girls giving him winks in the hallway at high school. That's about as far as that's going to stretch. You need to break that and move into the next level. And that's what I believe Johnny is doing.
I like it. And you know what? I can't disagree. I cannot disagree. Pro wrestling is a business of short-term alliances. We're not in this business to make friends. You're in this business to win gold and become a legend and become immortalized. And if this is what Johnny DeLuca needs to do to get to that next level, I'm all for it. Kudos, tip of the hat to Tyler Turva, the longest reigning HWE champion, surpassed Rip Impact just recently. So congratulations to that. But as I said, when I was picking Alessandro Del Bruno, sometimes we need some new blood. We need to shake it up. We need to get new champions in there. And I feel like this whole card, we could have brand new title reigns across the board. And you know what? I didn't think it was. I didn't think I was going to enjoy this half an hour, but I was right. I didn't enjoy it, but I got through it, and that's all that matters. Danimal, is there anywhere in the world that these people can follow you if they want to follow you on social media?
No.
No,
Leave me
okay.
alone.
Yeah, that's fine. He's a mountain man, ladies and gentlemen. But Straight Talk Wrestling, all our links are in the social below. Don't forget to check out the QR code. I will also list the website for HWE in the description of this video. Tickets are still on sale. We've got talent from the NWA coming. We've got talent from TNA coming. We've got some of the best Ontario has to offer, and we've got 2 steel cage matches. You don't want to miss this. February 8th. If you are not at the Don Koloff Arena, I don't know where the hell you are, but you should be at the Don Koloff Arena. VIP doors at 6, GA doors 6:30, bell time 7 p.m.
We also have the best commentary team in the business, minus George.
And you know what? Bill Chase and I really do have great chemistry. There's this third guy that sits off to the corner. He's been fired a few times, yet he's like the guy from Office Space. And where's my stapler? Forget it. Ladies and gentlemen, peace, love, and wrestling. We'll see you February 8th for HWE Locked Down.
We just people from the north side. Once and Timmy's at the shore fine. Winter ready on the full ties. Heavy traffic during 4-5. Gotta hustle on your own time. Color people every port side. We just people from the north side.